She's a bad man down. She's a bad man down.
Bang.
She's a bad man down. Just as bad as she can be. She's a bad.
What do you feel about if you do so happen to cohabitate before marriage or even in marriage? What do you feel about splitting up the bills? Cause I
This
touched
is
on
a
it earlier.
this is a sensitive topic.
I just
Um,
want to touch on it a little bit because
I think I think I come from a different school. So my experience may be different. I have never split a bill with a financial bill when I was in a relationship with a man. I've never, so I don't know what that experience is. Could be because I came from a different generation of men. My grandfather, he paid every bill in the house. My grandmother worked, but her money was extra. I come from people that we believe that one check should we live beneath our means. But the reason people have to split bills is because they're living above their means, right?
Mm.
They're trying to live the life of Joneses. That everybody got to have an Escalade and a this and a that. And so, yeah, everybody got to work for themselves. There is every man out there making the hustle. But
right.
if we learn to budget and live within our means, there won't need to be a splitting. Now, am I saying that the woman get to keep her whole check just to get her hair and nails done? The devil done told somebody a lie. No, she should be pouring into the house. But this is what my granddaddy told me, and I'm just gonna say it. It's old school, and people gonna get mad. My granddaddy told me that to depend on a woman's check is fallacy. He says because she could get pregnant, she could get sick, or
What
she
word did you
just
use?
it's
What word is
fallacy.
valid?
Fallacy. Faulty. It's faulty logic. It's faulty logic.
Okay, because some people don't. I ain't comprehend that word.
It's a faulty logic because he
Use
felt
that.
like the Bible says that the woman is the weaker of the sex, and she could get pregnant. He said that she could get sick, or she just might make a decision she need to be home with the children or whatever. So I was raised to believe that you live on the man's salary, and there is no splitting of the bill. So I'm a dinosaur. I know that in modern society they say that that everyone should split it equally. But I'm finna go out on a limb now. I'm finna get in trouble. I think that this equal split has changed how women see men. Women no longer see men as their provider, because if you're providing half of what is going into the house, how are they your provider? Now, ultimately, God is your provider, right? But I'm saying, do you see what I mean? If you're bringing in as much as he's bringing in, so that means that you come home as tired as he done came home because y'all both been working. And then if he's gonna continue to work and help put the children to bed and help clean and help do all the other things, then we got it. If we gonna split 50-50, sir, let's split everything. Down to the housework, the dishes, everything. 50-50 is 50-50. 50-50. Now, I'm going to be honest, in the relationship I was in, maybe they was trying to exert financial manipulation, but they didn't want me exhausted because they didn't want to cook and they wanted their child taken care of. So their premise was you might need to cut down to part-time. If I start saying I'm tired, their thing, you might need to cut down to part-time because I got the bills. This extra we can do without. So maybe I'm not a good example because I will have men tear me up in the comments because I am not a proponent of 50-50. I believe that both parties can work and contribute to the house, but I think it's disproportional when if you need two incomes to live, then there's a bigger problem because what if something happens to one of those income, and it could be the man. What if the man go out sick or he get hurt?
Mm-hmm.
And your house has to exist on two income. What you gonna do?
That's it.
So it can go either way. But yeah, 50-50 is a fallacy. If we're doing 50-50, we're doing everything 50-50. So I need to understand what nights a week you cooking.
Right.
If I got the kitchen, you got the dining room. What we you if I'm washing, you folding, sir. We 50-50 is 50-50. Now, okay, then I can hear the comment. Men got the yard. Okay, but you don't cut grass every day. Dinner
Right.
has to be cooked 5 days a week, 6 days a
And
week.
you ain't grilling every day.
No. So let's figure this out together
You taking the
because
trash out every day.
this is what people don't understand. There, when you go out into the workforce, you're tired. It was by the grace of God that when I became a single mom, I give props up to all you single mom. Props go up. You go to work. Okay, them people drain you dry. You still got to get enough energy to come home, take care of them children. You got to feed them. You got to put them to bed. You got to do homework, and you got to listen to the nonsense and try not to beat them. So you do all that in a
And
day,
wake up and do it all over
and
again.
wake up, and then you got somebody touching you on the shoulder, talk about sex. You might get capped, sir.
Period.
Stay on your side of the bed, cause that's a lot. So that means that I'm to be a woman. You want me to work 16 hours a day, and you work 8, and then I'm still to see you as the head. So that's why I
Mm-mm.
pray a lot. That's why I'm single, because God is still working with me. He's still dealing with me. But I fundamentally believe that man is being at the head of the household. I think that women need to allow them to step in their place. But sir, when I let you be the head, please be the head.
Right.
Be the head. So that means that the bills are getting paid in a timely manner. And if you need me to step in, you telling me ahead of time,
That's
not
why
when the
I'm about to
disconnect
say.
notice is sitting on the
That's why you
counter.
made a valid point. It should be one income. And now if you need my income, I got you. But that's why I believe it should just the household should just be one income. Now if you need my little extra, I got you. That's just
Because
extra.
her income or his income could be going into buying additional properties for a revenue that's going to be coming in later.
Savings. Yeah.
Passive revenue.
The kids can get sick. I can get sick. You can get sick. You know, pregnancies,
Because who's
whatever.
going to stay home with the kids if they're sick? Because y'all
Yeah.
already done called out my generation and say that grandmamas ain't the same. Grandmamas are old because
Yeah.
grandmamas are working. Grandmamas ain't got time. So who
They
gonna stay
pop
home with the
locking and
children?
dropping it.
They
Yeah.
outside.
Oh, so
The
So
grandmas is outside.
all of that has to be considered. And people are not considering all that. But you know why? It's because their people aren't coming together. Okay, sometimes you don't need the latest or the greatest. If you got a 10-year-old car and it still work, drive it till the wheels come off.
Period.
Because honestly, if you are a couple and you don't have college, you don't have life insurance, college funds for your children, you don't have if you don't have an emergency savings that is equivalent to 6 months of your salary, if you don't have a 401k, if you don't have an IRA, if you don't have a mutual fund, you ain't got what? 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 You got a problem. And most relationships don't pan out because of finances.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I covered all my little things I wanted to talk about. And respect. Okay, this is the last part. And respect people's boundaries. And what I mean by that is, if if you all have an agreement and y'all have set a boundaries around certain things in your finances, then you shouldn't try to make that person feel small. Um, in a relationship, in a true relationship, I hate when I hear words like borrowing from each other,
Mm.
because honestly, we're in it together. Now, if someone in a relationship have started to make the money they give you a loan, it's because you have overused their generosity and they're sick of it. They are. They are. When I hear someone say, I loan my husband, or I loan my wife, or I loan my girlfriend money, I be like, they must have needed money a little too much. Because, but yeah, that is all I have for finances. Did y'all want to bring up any other topics?
So that was
Okay.
all I had with finances and relationships. Anything else, Boo?
I think
I'm
that's the
ready, kid. Look up. Dang. No, nope, that was it. But I was about to ask her about the 50-50. Like, we doing 50-50. Are we going 50-50 on everything?
It's
So
got to be everything. It's
she
got to
cleared that
be
up.
everything. Because if you're not going 50-50 on everything, then the woman is automatically getting the taking a bigger hit. And then people are quick to say she's the helpmate. A helpmate don't do all the work. They help. Help. It's in the word help. It's in the word help. I don't do
Mhm.
everything. I'm not the boss. I'm the helper. I'm the helper. So if when people are talking about 50, I'd love for men to bring up that 50-50 with me. I'm like,
Yeah,
I got you. I got 50% of the bills. Do you got 50% of this cooking and 50% of this cleaning and 50% of taking these children to practices and this and that and the other? You got 50, I got 50. We got 50. Because that's
right.
how we're gonna get to 100, sir.
Before I met.
But what you ain't gonna do is I go and work 8 hours and I for 50% of the bills, and you come home and put your feet up while I'm in the kitchen cooking dinner. We better both be in there together. You better be chopping something. Something better be
Hmm.
chopping. Or we
Yeah.
gonna have a problem. We gonna have our life ain't gonna be happy. But and people say, well, you grew up with your grandmama and your mama cooking. Yeah, but they wasn't out there working 40 in that type of thing. No, they wasn't doing all that. Mm-mm. So yeah,
Well,
dinner
that's
shouldn't have been on the
finances.
table.
Well, that's finances and relationships, y'all.
So yeah, I heard it from the best.
And if I want to say this, if you disagree, we are opening this up for conversation. We will
Yeah.
not take it negatively. Because I really want to talk to somebody from a man's perspective or a female perspective.
Yeah.
I want to hear what they
Right.
mean when they say this 50-50, because I really need someone to explain this to me. And in a relationship, to me, I need them to explain how we're doing 50-50. Are they just talking about 50-50 for the bills? But so how is that equal? And, and then you still want to be the head of
Right.
what?
And they
So
still want poo-poo.
I ain't
I don't
saying
get
nothing.
that.
I'm just
I
gonna, I'm
don't
just gonna,
get
I'm just gonna
that.
brush my hair. 'Cause this is why the Lord is still dealing with me. This is why the Lord is still dealing with me. Because 50-50, I hear that all the time on TikTok, and I be just confused. 50-50 or what? It's okay. I can go out in the world, but this is the second thing, guys. If you want me to give 50-50, that means I need to make 60 or 70 or $80,000, right? That means I need to be in some type of leadership executive role. So that means I need to go in corporate America and I'm a boss. So you want me to be a boss all day? And then I'm supposed to come home and say, yes, sir. No, sir. I'd have been a
Mhm.
boss all day. I'd have been a boss for 8 hours, sir. I'd have had men. I'd have told men what to do all day. So it's hard to switch that on and off, right?
Correct.
Mhm.
And that's
Right.
what they're dealing with. And that's why you have this thing. You got professional women that have been bosses all day. They're running their own business. They're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing, and then they're supposed to come back home and be like, yes, no, they're gonna be, because they don't know. It's hard to cut it off. How do you cut it off? I would be interested from a woman perspective. How do you cut off boss mode when you come home? Because I think that would be my hardest struggle if I was to. That's a struggle for me. How do I cut off boss?
Right.
Because
Comment below. Let us know.
thank you very much. Nice talking to y'all. Y'all have a good day. Bye.
Bye.